to the on the campus of Louisburg College for men's basketball between Virginia Peninsula Community College and your Louisburg Hurricanes. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask now.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome to the Roger G. Taylor Arena for today's matchup and the season opener for the Louisburg Hurricanes. PD Norris, Craig Green here. Craig, it's great to be back in another season here for the Hurricanes.
Really good to be back here again with you, PD. Once again here in Louisburg, Hurricanes are looking to get off on the good foot today with their season opener, their season debut, their home opener as well here against the Gators from Virginia Peninsula.
You know, Louisburg come in with only returning a few starters from last year's team, so it's definitely going to be a building factor here. Let's see how they can build, how the chemistry can get rolling. It's against Virginia Peninsula out of the region, Virginia Peninsula's and D3, so we'll see how that goes today as they match up against Virginia Peninsula. But, you know, we've got a few scratches already starting the season for the Louisburg Hurricanes. If you want to go ahead and go with a couple scratch.
Yeah, Christian Hodges, one of the returning players for Brian Bagwell's team, is out today, as well as Quentin Cozart. They will not suit up today for Louisburg, but they will have Nehemiah McDonald in the starting lineup, who's coming back last season, one of the freshmen who really was impressive last season in conference play and out of conference play for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, you know, Nehemiah McDonald is definitely lives up to his 6'7" built down low. You know, it's great to see what he can do this season for the Louisburg Hurricanes. Last year, there's a couple players that he was back behind, but right now, the 6'7" sophomore, you know, he played from Pine Forest High School in Fayetteville. You know, he comes in. He's going to be the leading factor for the Hurricanes this season if they plan on preparing and advancing more farther than they did last season.
Starting for them, PD Day, they have Emmanuel Anguilla. All their starters are from Virginia. Emmanuel Anguilla, Jaden Sepulveda, number 3, number 13, Chris Cyrus, number 30, Jacoby Reed, and number 40, Cameron Taylor.
Right now, it's, you know, about with Coach Bagwell returning back this season behind the bench for the Hurricanes, see what he has to offer this season as they come out. You know, looks like they're going to start Donovan Majette, freshman 6'5" out of Raleigh from East Ridge High School. With Jaden Braswell, go ahead and go through the whole lineup. He's a point guard freshman, 6'2", flight 22 prep from Durham. Isaiah Smith, 6'5", freshman from Roxborough. Played high school at Southeastern. Returning number 4, Christian Hodges, a guard, redshirt sophomore, 6'3" out of Legacy Prep in Greenville, South Carolina. Robbie Knox, the third, guard, freshman, 6'3" out of CPLA in Greensboro. We got Torrey Brown, point guard, freshman, 6 foot out of Greenville, North Carolina, Jerry Troves. Greg, you take the lead.
And also rounding out for the Hurricanes, Aiden Maber out of Laboni, South Sudan. Cameron Barnes, the 6'2" freshman out of Durham as well from the Good, Better, Best Academy. Julian LaVale out of Maplewood, New Jersey, Pennsylvania Tech. They also will suit up this year, number 21, James Harris out of Cleveland High School in good old Clayton and Johnston County. Number 23 is James Stanley out of Durham and Jordan High School. Number 42, Cameron Brown out of Columbia, South Carolina in Irmo High School. Quentin Cozart not suiting up today, a returning sophomore out of Hillside High School. And the returning player, their impact player, number 24, Nehemiah McDonald, 6'7" out of Fayetteville and Pine Forest High School.
We're underway in the 2025-26 season before the Louisburg Hurricanes. Gators. Tonight's officials Matthew Utz and by Douglas. So far, great defense. They'll get up the first shot off the elbow, and it's right in the hands of Nehemiah McDonald, the sophomore.
Sepulveda had to fade away there, didn't get it clean into the basket.
Isaiah Smith out of Roxborough, North Carolina, with the handles, goes up, kiss off the windows, off the mark, and here come the Gators. Gators moving the ball around, three wide open, right in the hands of Isaiah Smith.
Gators are led by.
Smith losing the ball and goes right to McDonald, and Nehemiah draws the offensive foul. Just like that, Cameron Taylor, welcome to 6'5" freshman from Hampton, Virginia, draws the foul.
And the Gators are led by head coach Chris Moore, and they have moved up, just like you said, from the New South Athletic Conference up to NJCAA Regional Division III. And they're looking to get off to a good start today, playing here against a Division II Region 10 opponent against the Louisburg Hurricanes. And, you know, good start for them with the offensive foul. Hurricanes need to get a bucket here if they want to get off to a faster start themselves.
Nehemiah McDonald picks up his defender way out of his range, but stays right with it. 17-footer, nothing but nylon.
Taylor was able to recover and square up and knock down that mid-range jump shot.
18:34 left in the first half. Multiple opportunities for the Hurricanes, unable to connect yet. First foul, and picking up the foul, it's going to be on Chris Cyrus out of Newport News, Hampton Christian Academy, the sophomore, 6'3". Listen at 165. Nice small frame for 6'3".
Cyrus got a little too physical there that time, out there on the perimeter, trying to guard against McLean.
First wide open shot, it could not connect. And Louisburg Hurricanes, 3 trips, 3 empty possessions. Minute and a half going here in the first half, 2-0.
Peninsula being very, very patient on their offensive sets.
Dropping the shoulder nearly. If he would have had his feet planted for Roddy Knox, he would have tried the corner for 3. All alone with the rebound, Taylor.
Good shot by McDonald, wide open, just couldn't knock it down.
Ryman saw the avenue, saw the way. And Whittemore picks up the rebound. Listen at 5'9" guard, he finds his man at the 3 and he misses. Nice southpaw 3 for Chris Cyrus. Coming out the court. Just tuning in. Nearly 3 minutes away here in the first. We've got one bucket which belongs to Jaden Superbetter.
Got Mouse in the house right now with Sepulveda against Nehemiah McDonald. Got to take advantage.
3 coming off, and it's nothing but nylon. And that's Donovan Legette gets the first points for the Hurricanes this season.
Nice stroke out there from 3 that time to get it in, and Hurricanes take an early lead.
Superbetter calls out a play, goes to the corner. Moving around the perimeter, taking a baseline. Saw the way and saw the kiss off the window. Picking up the first bucket.
And they've been very, very patient at Peninsula, and they've been rebounding well as well, making Hurricanes go 1 and out.
Off on that 3, had a great look, but nothing but purple underneath. Wide open, Superbetter. Superbetter answers.
Got to step out on wide open shooters, Speedy. Can't allow them to get comfortable just knocking down trays.
Move off the ball. Everybody's popping out. 3 coming in. No. Look at Taylor, the big man down low, picking up his 4th board. Listen to 6'5" for the Gators. And the first foul of the season.
bit too physical that time, trying to take on Cameron Taylor.
Our first media timeout, 15:44 left, 7-3. Virginia Peninsula leads. Today's game is presented by High Level Media on Louisburg Sports Network. Pete Norris, Greg Green here. You know, you expect this early in the season right now, Greg. A little bit of news knowing who's going to finish the board, who's not, who's going to be there. There's been a lot of pressure right now from the Hurricanes. They need to pack the ball down low and make Cameron Taylor defend.
And they've also been, you know, the Gators have been pretty courageous putting Sepulveda on McDonald a couple times. You know, called it out in the last possession. Majette knocked down to 3, so it ended up working out for Louisburg. But you know, you got to find the mismatches. You got to be able to work the ball inside. Can't rely on the perimeter jump shots to get you where you need to go. You know, you do have some size, you do have some athleticism against this team, and you know, gotta you know, accentuate your positives, hide the negatives right now. They're making you go 1 and out pretty often, so you got to be able to work the ball inside and get some higher percentage buckets.
Virginia Peninsula comes out with the ball. Foul going against Donovan Majette for the Hurricanes. The first foul for the Hurricanes. First half here, 15:44 left. Hurricanes behind 7-3.
And Brian Bagwell's still going with all 5 of his starters right now, just 4 minutes into the game. He believes in the lineup he's got out there. I think they just got to shake off the rust and get it going.
You know, it's a short week. They played today and they turn around and play again Wednesday right back here at home. And, you know, that's how the season starts. It's a wham, bam, thank you, man, real quick, right out the gate. And I mean, if you want to play at this level, you have to be able to play short rest. You definitely have to have a deep bench. And right now, he's got a deep bench. He's just trying to hit the 5 minutes. Super meta. Shot was stripped. Man, all ball. The super meta draws the foul. Braswell picks up his first, team second.
Jaden Sepulveda has been impressive in the early going here. He's been, you know, playing aggressively and you know, flying in for rebounds by himself against several Louisburg players. And you know, he's out there for a reason. He can do the job. He can get it done. Whatever Chris Moore is looking for. So, you know, he is a player you're going to have to mark, and he's going to have to pay attention to and respect his game. Terrible pass.
Isaiah Smith from inbound. Looking like a Duke in Houston last year. Cameron Taylor drives. Has a man for a tip and tap. They're coming out with it. Taylor barely draws the end one. Just like that. Louisburg cannot get
things aren't going their way in the early going. You know, you can clearly see that Peninsula they're playing with all the energy. I mean, listen to their bench right now. They are clapping and woofing, and they have, you know, all the momentum right now early on.
The freshman, this is his first opportunity.
Got to give credit to our cheerleaders for that one.
Makes the second.
Can't have another negative possession here, PD. If you're Louisburg, you've got to find a way to get some points on the board and cut this deficit down.
McDonald draws the foul. Superbetta looking at the officials with his hands straight up, says, "That's how I defended, sir." Official Matt Wolf with the call.
One thing that's clear to me, PD, in the early going in this game, in the first 6 minutes of action, or 5 minutes of action, is that they're not letting it get too physical right now. They're calling some of the hand checks. They're calling some of the hard contact. You know, they're calling it kind of tight right now. We'll see if that remains the same way in the second half.
14:59 left. 5-point deficit. McDonald makes both free throws, cuts it within one possession. We have a substitution as Cameron Barnes at a good, better, best checking in for Nehemiah McDonald.
Barnes, one of the many freshmen on this team for head coach Brian Bagwell. Kobe Reed in the game as well for Peninsula.
Barnes nearly has a steal. Taylor continues to climb. Taylor, 6 of the team's 11.
He's a freshman and he's out there putting in work so far in this game. Cameron Taylor has looked very impressive.
Coming off of the screen, misses a shot. Taylor all over both sides of the ball, offense and defense.
Unlucky for Smith, it rolled in and out.
Supervetta. Small guard taking it baseline, kicking it out. 11 on the shot clock. Supervetta to Taylor. 15-footer, no, and they stay right with it. They tip it right to a Hurricane. Smith drives, and we have a blocking foul. So that's against.
It's on Reed.
Virginia Peninsula. Reed's looking like he did have his feet stopped. Isaiah Smith head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, I don't think Reed was in the restricted area all the way. He looked like he did try to slide in, and it was more of a bang-bang play, but they decided to give it to the offensive player. Just got to knock down your free throws. Yes, sir.
The clock is stopped when you're down. Right now, down by 6.
Looks like they're bringing Brown into the game for his first action, and Majette's coming back into the game too.
Corey Brown out of J.H. Rhodes High School in Greenville. It's going to be an interesting matchup when they go up against Pitt and have a recruitment. So I'm sure they recruited out of J.H. Rhodes.
Isaiah Smith missed both free throws that time. PD's out of your neck of the woods, out of Roxborough.
Supervetta. Great defense so far. And Corey Brown picking up the hand check. It's a third foul so far on the Hurricanes. Supervetta will take a seat along with Emmanuel. So they'll start going off the bench here with 7 minutes gone here.
We talked about it earlier, PD. They have a deep, deep bench, those Virginia Peninsula, and they're going to dip into it here and see if they can continue to manifest the same kind of energy and explosive play that they've had early on. Really, they've done a lot of things fundamentally well, rebounding and getting down court and passing the ball to each other.
Kobe Reed, experienced sophomore, will be hand on the rock, and he draws the end one. And Jacoby Reed will go to the line to shoot one free throw. Extends the lead to 8.
And it looks like they're going to give that foul to Barnes. I think Barnes is the guilty party that time, PD. He was there trying to swipe at it, just could not, get high enough to block the shot and made a little bit too much contact with Reed. And lucky for Louisburg that Reed missed a free throw, but it's still going to be Peninsula ball here as they try to check it in here. Got to protect underneath the basket right now as well.
To 5, 13, 16 left.
I'm looking to see how Louisburg decides to defend underneath their basket so they don't get anything cheap. Going
up and picking up his second foul is Cameron Taylor as he fouls Torrey Brown. He'll go to the line. This is the third trip for the Hurricanes tonight from the charity stripe. Nehemiah McDonald at the table to check back in.
Tell you what, Torrey Brown, he stepped in and intercepted the pass like a cornerback on Louisburg College, his football team. Stepped in front, tried to take it back to the end zone that time, and draws the foul and makes the free throw. Good stuff.
We hope you're enjoying today's Hurricanes broadcast. Keeping these streams free and accessible for every fan takes real community support, and that's where we come in. When you give to the Louisburg College Athletics, you're helping us provide opportunities for our student athletes and keeping broadcasts like this one free for everyone. Just scan the QR code in the upper right corner of the broadcast, and thank you for your support. Making one of two free throws, Brown back to the bench. Nehemiah McDonald in the game.
And a turnover by Peninsula that time. Reed and his cohort Fields couldn't connect on a pass underneath the basket after the missed free throw.
You leave him alone and Majette will make you pay as he cuts into the deficit by 4.
And Majette tried to lull the defender to sleep there with a little mini crossover, step back triple. Courageous shot and made it as well. So again, good stuff for Louisburg. They're trying to work their way back, but it's going to start here on defense as well.
8 on the shot clock, mid-range, nothing but nylon. It comes to Gatlin for his first bucket. 15-9. Isaiah Smith driving, kicking it. Looking like the Hurricanes a little bit more quick, a whole lot more quicker than the Gators, and that's where the Gators are getting in foul trouble right here. Down by 6, the Hurricanes need an answer here.
Cyrus that time was guilty of a foul. He was holding on to the jersey that time of Brown as Brown was cutting across.
Isaiah Thomas checked back in. As I'll say, Chris Cyrus to the bench.
And Hurricanes have a fresh shot clock too, PD.
Brown will come into play underneath their goal. Finds Smith. Smith trying to put to sleep Gatlin and miss air balls and right to the hands of Cameron Taylor.
Rough start for Isaiah Smith so far.
Super Metas cross-court pass. Threes come up short. McDonald with the rebound.
Nice crowd who's appeared here too, PD. A little bit of a late arriving crowd, but they're here to support the Hurricanes.
Smith's shot's blocked by Gatlin as he's driving. We got a media timeout. 11:47 left. 15-9. You're listening to Louisburg Basketball presented by High Level Media.
At Pivot Physical Therapy, we don't just treat injuries, we transform lives. Our expert therapists are passionate about helping you move beyond pain and unlock your full potential. With cutting-edge techniques and a personalized approach, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Don't settle for limits. Pivot toward a stronger, healthier you. Visit pivotphysicaltherapy.com today and take the first step toward your comeback.
Media timeout, 11:47 left here. 15-9, the Louisburg Hurricanes trail. They've trailed every minute this first half in opening 10 minutes. Gator's Craig Green here enjoying the game. You can help keep the Hurricanes broadcast free for everyone by making a quick gift to the Louisburg College Athletics. Just scan the QR code on the screen. Every donation makes a difference.
What'll make a difference for the Hurricanes right now, Pete, is they can find a way to get a basket here on their offensive side of the floor. They only got 24 seconds on the shot clock.
Majette turnaround, flushes it home.
He's been hot early on. He's been keeping the Hurricanes in this ball game as Virginia Peninsula. They started pretty fast, pretty furious, and Sepulveda, one of those guys who's been the catalyst of that.
Sepulveda going around the double screen, baseline. It's cut off, finds his man. Going up, kiss off the window, and right in the hands of James Harris out of Clayton. Coming to us from Cleveland High School, shots blocked. Nice take, and Dominique Fields with the foul.
Fields, one of those reserve players coming in, another sophomore. Again, they've got a lot of experience on this Virginia Peninsula team. They've got a good mix of freshmen and sophomores, and again, Chris Moore leans on some of those upperclassmen to lead the way.
Braswell will shoot two. Braswell from the Bull City. Southpaw, nice three, nice release. 15-12. Paul Samuel getting underneath now. The Gators need some rebounding power. Making no free throws. Within one possession. Can the Gators get a bucket here?
Seen the Louisburg defense turning up here, Petey. They've been cranking up the defense here and shutting the Gators down, stealing the ball away.
10 minutes away here in the first half.
Wow.
Offensive foul. Robbie Knox, the third out of Greensboro, drawing the foul.
Matt Wolf made the call. I had thought that foul should have been personally on Fields, on the defender myself. That time I thought that there was nothing wrong with Knox's move to the bucket. Didn't really initiate too much, unnecessary contact.
Knox dropped his shoulder. That's what Matt Wolf is saying.
Yeah. Again, we saw a little bit earlier, though, in this first half, and they called it a blocking foul, instead of a charge. So not sure the context on that particular foul.
Kiss off the window does not fall well for Samuel. Here come the Hurricanes with the chance to tie or take the lead. And they'll take the lead on the three by Majette. That's his second three. The freshman out of East Wake High School is putting on a freshman debut on the boards with 8 points.
Yeah, they're not respecting the perimeter game of Majette. He continues to be open, continues to knock down baskets.
It's his second three of the first half. Backdoor cut going up.
Ooh.
Looking for the foul, does not get it. McDonald's fouled, got away with it, ahead. Knox with a layup.
Beautiful pass by McDonald to find him too, and then good resiliency by McDonald as well. Lost the ball, got it back, and was able to thread the needle that time to Robbie Knox.
8-0 run for the Hurricanes here out of the media timeout. They got the momentum. Sepulveda drives, puts up a runner, and we got an offensive foul. Look at Knox drawing a foul, says I could take one.
And give one. Yeah, that's right. Knox was called for an offensive foul the last time down, one of the last times down the floor here. That what I thought was a little more egregious than the one that Knox got called for.
Beaver checking in. He'll come in for Fields. Hurricanes with a 3-point lead, and we got a whistle off the ball, and they'll call
Yeah, it's Bevier.
Bevier with the foul.
He's in the game for all of about 35 seconds, and his number gets called already. And now we're going to have the Hurricanes shooting free throws here for the remainder of this first half.
Donovan Majette with 8 of the team's 18. This is the free throw. Madonna back up. No. And right in the hands of the Gators. They nearly turn it over, saves it from out of bounds.
That's a travel.
Travel by Samuel.
Slid that pivot foot.
All it takes is the hair to slide it. That's it.
Yeah, he tried to stop short and couldn't. Slid it across the floor. Referees caught it. And another turnover here for Peninsula.
Laswell trying to get away from Thomas. Thomas right on his hip. Slaps the ball loose. 3 forced. Not a great shot by James Harris out of Cleveland High School.
Yeah, went for it all, got nothing, unfortunately, for Harris. But for the Hurricanes here, you know, they've cranked it up a little bit here. This, you know, the first 10 minutes of this first half, mostly Peninsula here. The last 3 or 4 minutes or so belong to the Hurricanes.
Straight to the cup, and it was contested. But picking up his first bucket is Wallington out of Newport News, Mechanicsville High School in Virginia.
Yeah, it was a really tough shot that time by Watlington for him to be able to get it off the glass and score that way. But again, we're seeing some athleticism today that we haven't seen in quite a while. Nice 3-ball that time by Harris.
Harris got his redemption back after he airballed the last one. 21-17, the Hurricanes with the 4-point lead. If you're just joining us, first 10 minutes it was all Gators. Last 3, it's been the Hurricanes. And picking up his back-to-back bucket is Jordan Wadelington. We got a whistle.
Sepulveda in the backcourt getting a little too happy back there.
But Sepulveda wanted to have a seat on the bench. Is checking in for Sepulveda's Emmanuel Aguila. Both teams' first game of the season, it counts outside of the exhibition games. You know, now they're seeing how deep their benches are.
You know, those exhibition games, I mean, they don't count in the win-loss column, but they mean a whole lot in terms of getting your team chemistry together, you know, for the coaching staff to understand rotations and all the things of that nature. And now today, with the lights are bright, you know, first Saturday afternoon of the season, and, you know, now you're going to kind of see what you got. After all those scrimmages, all that time, you know, purple on purple or red on white or red on blue, you know, now we'll see what you got today.
Brown making both free throws, extends the lead to 4. Baseline, moving around. Out, couldn't handle the heat. Donna steps in the passing lane, and here come the Hurricanes looking to extend the lead.
Wow.
His pockets picked by Anguilla. We got back-to-back turnovers and steps on the baseline and stay right with the Gators.
Just back and forth action right there. I mean, both sides. Again, energy still very, very high 12 and a half minutes into this game.
Louisburg College athletes depend on their fans like you to keep these broadcasts free and accessible. Your donation helps us support student athletes and continue streaming every game for the entire Hurricanes community. Scan the QR code on the screen to give today. And thank you for keeping the Hurricane sports free for everyone. (23-19), 7:31 left. I'm sure Bagwell's liking what he's seeing coming out of that media timeout with 12 minutes, you know, left in the first half. Now it's a 4-point lead. They turned it around here, Craig, led by the freshman Donovan Majette with 2 threes. The guard slash forward, 6'5", out of East Wake High School.
Yeah, Majette is a matchup problem for Peninsula. I mean, he can match up outside on the perimeter. He can take the ball inside. So far in this first half, he's used his perimeter game to kind of throw the Gators off kilter a little bit. But the Gators have answered really by committee. It's been a little bit of everybody chipping in. You've seen Sepulveda making some baskets. Watlington had 5 straight points for them as well. And then early on, it was Cam Taylor, the 6'5" freshman out of Hampton, Virginia, who was showing some of his dominance out front. Now the Hurricanes have started to impose their will a little bit. But a little bit of sloppy play from the Hurricanes. They got to clean it up here if they want to maintain this lead.
As Coach Moore left his starters in for the first 7.5 minutes, and when he took the starters out, so when they're able to see the Hurricanes get some energy and cut into the deficit, and the Gators slice into the deficit in that last possession.
That was Isaiah Thomas who made the basket. And then that time, then Thomas commits the foul that time as well, PD. Again, Torrey Brown took him all the way to the basket. And that's good on good. An even matchup. Both players 6 feet tall. That time, Brown with the speed, and he has the advantage and gets the bucket and the bruises.
Brown looking to capitalize here on the and one. They'll take out Isaiah Thomas as, him and Brown kind of got into it on that foul. And Brown knew right away that, hey, I controlled that one, buddy.
Hurricanes have to do a better job at the free throw line, PD. They're missing way too many freebies for my liking here, leaving points on the floor.
Coming right into play right in front of the Gators bench. Driving. Smith. Got a little high kiss off the window, little baby hook. Extends the lead to 6.
What a tough basket that time by Isaiah Smith. He sliced between 2 defenders, was able to get it off the glass and finish.
Hurricanes up by 6 with 6:47 left. Backdoor cut. And I tell you, he saw the defender get off of him and he went straight up, and that's Keon.
Killing them with that backdoor cut. It's the second time they've had somebody come wide open along the baseline.
Gators are not letting Hurricanes get too far ahead of them. With 6:26 left. Nice pass going up. Looking for the foul. Didn't get a call as Torrey Brown hit the ground hard. Right underneath the goal.
A clean defense that time by the Gators. Especially Cyrus, who came over and got his hands on the basketball and knock it out. 12 on the plate on the shot clock.
Smith driving up and under. Ooh. No. Perhaps touches every part of the rim. The Hurricanes get the turnover. Saving it, no one trailing.
The outlet pass just a little too far.
3 from the corner. Too hard, and Gators stay right with it.
I think Coach Bagwell needs a timeout here to kind of get the troops together. I think Peninsula's got a lot of energy. I think the Hurricanes getting a little tired.
Checking back in the game, Cameron Taylor. A punt out of Hampton, Virginia. It's the big body down low. One of the taller ones on the team. Or Virginia Peninsula. Hurricanes with steal. Smith lays it in. 29-23.
That's how you do it, defense to offense. Here comes Isaiah Smith finishing that time again. Second basket that time for Isaiah.
Backdoor camping. And let him camp. And Wellington with 6 points.
Hitting the snooze button underneath the basket. It's time to wake up and watch out for those backdoor cuts. A turnover that time for Louisburg, PD.
Torrey Brown stepped way out of bounds. And he'll have a seat along with Knox and Cameron Barnes.
You got Bajet in there with Nehemiah McDonald right now, too, for the Hurricanes. Could be the the 1-2 punch they need here to finish the last 5 minutes of this first half.
Need to stand big here in the final 5 minutes and go into halftime with a nice little lead. Emmanuel's three's too hard. Cameron Taylor with the rebound. Gets away with the travel.
Oh, yeah.
Took like 6 steps. I thought he was going to come back here to us.
It reminded me of the Patrick Ewing drop step right there, but except he took about 6 more steps than Ewing would take. And Ewing took 4.
Cameron Taylor takes a deep breath. Down by 4 with a chance to get within 1 possession. Shot is up and it rattles home. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today's broadcast. Today's broadcast and all season will be presented by High Level Media. Petey Norris and Craig Green will be here all season with you guys. It's our 2nd season for the Hurricanes. Makes 1 of 2. Then 1 possession, set up in a full court press. And gets a steal. Trailing Emmanuel, and we're within 1 point. Just like that, that's how you have to set up in the defense.
And they're letting Peninsula be very physical now. Again, you know, the physicality was kind of, you know, stopped earlier on. And, you know, we definitely saw some clear contact trying to get that ball passed out, but instead, you know, they're going to let them play it out here. And again, you can hear the Gators bench. They are loud and they are boisterous.
Laswell kicks it, and it's intercepted by Emmanuel. They'll push it into front court. Cyrus, no. Manuel, no.
That was great defense that time by Smith. I mean, I tell you what, Isaiah Smith, he got really, really big, and he jumped at the right time to block the vision of the basket, and I think he was the one who forced the miss that time. So fantastic defense, to save a couple points for the defense.
Peninsula with 17, and they turn it over. McDonald stops, wraps around the rim. The ball will go to the Gators.
Yeah, off of Braswell. Braswell tried to save it and slapped it out of bounds.
They double team, and it was a travel as he passed it right to himself.
Throwing an alley-oop to himself 30 feet away from the bucket. Really, you know, I kid, I jest. That was good defense by the Hurricanes to force that travel.
It's our first tie of tonight's game. And Reed will have a seat.
I know the score.
Green.
I think that time they're going to give the foul to Watlington, Petey. He was out there putting his hands on Smith as Smith was trying to get across the court. I was going to say the first 16 minutes of this game, I mean, I think it's been very even. You know, again, first part of this first half belonged to the Gators. And, you know, Louisburg countered back, fought back, and took the lead. And now, you know, you see Peninsula again has leveled the game up at 29.
That's where the Hurricanes are struggling right here for the charity stripe. So far tonight, they've missed 6 free throws.
You don't want to leave those points on the floor like we talked about earlier. Smith can help give the Hurricanes a little momentum if he can knock this one down.
29 apiece. He misses both free throws. Thomas, quarterback in offense, under 4 minutes, takes a baseline shot, too light, and right in the hands of Braswell. Braswell dribbles right in the hands of the Gators, and they nearly steal it, follow for the ball, and coming out with it, Hurricanes. 3 from the corner, no. Going up and putting it back up was Isaiah Smith. he is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
You can either give it to Green or Cyrus here. And it looks like they're going to give the foul to Cyrus. But Ramon Green was also in the area. He's the one who stole the ball away and then lost it immediately back.
We're going to time out. You're listening to Louisburg Sports Network. We'll return. Welcome back, Hurricanes fans. You're tuning in to the Hurricane Sports Network today. We've got a lot of action for the Hurricanes. We have the football team matching up with Nassau Community College. They're up at half, 10-7 over Nassau in Virginia. Right here, we got a tie game with 3:33 left with 29. Play your lottery ticket right now. If everything stands, we got 3:33 left, tied at 29.
That's your pick 3 right there, PD, 333.
Yeah.
And your pick 4, 2929.
Hey.
Well, we do have a final, if you'd like that. We've got a final here out of Daytona Beach, Florida from this afternoon, as Wake Tech was out there taking on Polk State College, and Wake Tech took the loss to Polk State by a score of 89-63.
We're traveling all the way down to Daytona, making both free throws for Louisburg.
They said they're going to count the basket, give a foul to Taylor. I think there's going to be more free throws for the Hurricanes. I mean, that's beneficial for them. It'll be interesting to see how the Hurricanes here rotate in the final 3.5 minutes. Is this going to be the lineup they stay with for the final 3.5 minutes or so? Will they continue to try to rotate and keep fresh players in? Again, you know, we talked about how this is the first game of the season and trying to find yourself and all of those good things as McDonald makes the free throw.
That's 3 straight free throws. We have some finals earlier this week. Louisburg College women beat Santa Fe College down in Daytona, and then they dropped the game against Daytona State College 87-57. Coach Gassens has a nice returning team from last year's magical run. We'll see how the Lady Hurricanes do, but right now the men start off at home and they're up by 4. Isaiah Thomas gets on the board for the Gators, 33-31.
He wears the number 0, but he is no 0. That's another bucket for Isaiah, and offensive foul that time by Smith. Again, listen to this Peninsula bench, PD. I don't think they've sat down or been quiet for the entire first half.
My watch says we're in a loud environment.
Well, we are positioned on the baseline here, right next to the Peninsula bench, and yeah, our mic is picking up everything that they're saying and doing. But more importantly for the Hurricanes here, they cannot have any more turnovers. This is at least the third offensive foul on them. And got to protect the basketball a little bit better as well. You know, they're leaving things on the floor. Again, protect the basketball better, shoot better free throws. I think they'll like what they see here for the remainder of the game.
Nice look on the baseline for the Gators, but battling out. Hurricanes with the chance to extend the lead. Braswell driving, he's kicked. He'll shoot two.
It's going to be Green.
Right in the man's area.
Ooh. Yeah, hate that one. Hate that for Braswell.
She is going to the bench.
All right, so it looks like they are.
Maybe someone has hands.
Yeah, I think they were allowing Peninsula to choose who shoots the free throws, and they chose Tori Brown to shoot the free throws. The freshman out of Greenville, North Carolina, J.H. Rose High School. They got some good barbecue out there in Greenville.
Any North Carolina barbecue is good. You know, that's just personal preference, you know.
Hey, I make a pretty good Boston Bud in the Portland in the crock pot. I like mine. I'd like to do honey barbecue.
Is that an open invite?
Yeah, you know what I freeze a lot of it. I can freeze some in the Ziploc bag and bring it down here to Louisburg if you're not on my side of town.
Julian Lavelle will shoot the free throws. He makes the first. 34-31.
Yeah, Lavelle, one of the few sophomores on this team, Petey. Again, it's a pretty young Hurricane squad here for Brian Bagwell.
On the shot clock. No one cutting on backdoor for the Gators. He picks up his dribbling, nearly turns it over.
Good defense by Knox to get a hand in there. And to your point about the backdoor cut, they've got McDonald firmly placed underneath the basket, so no Gator is willing to test the waters. Pun intended.
So checking back in is for the Gators. And that's Isaiah Thomas will exit. The 12 on the shot clock. Passes. Bounce too high. Not able to control the pass.
They had what they wanted to because they sucked Lavelle in towards the basket. They had the cutting man wide open. Just the pass was offline.
Hurricanes. 15 on the shot clock. Trying to go baseline and Knox. Shots blocked. Knox had a good look and a nice take, but the defense just collapsed.
That help defender came over and made things hard.
And one for Jacoby Reed.
Yeah, I thought that was Bevier, but you're right. It was Reed, 30, not 10. And Reed's had a pretty nice first half, too, one of the reserves off the bench for Virginia Peninsula.
Reed converts. It's 1-point game, 35-34 with 1:38 left. The Jet. Nice look, too hard, and right in the hands of the Gators. Gators ahead, and he hit the floor hard. And that was Dominique Fields as he releases and goes up. McDonald's shots blocked.
Had a good look from three in the corner there, just couldn't knock it down. Now Peninsula's got the lead, the basketball, and the momentum.
We got a timeout. Looked like McDonald's shot was tipped a little bit from my vantage point. It's 36-35. Hurricanes down by 1 with 1 minute left.
Yeah, it should be 1:02 on the clock, and looks like there's a misfunction with the clock as it's running here in the building. But, you know, Peninsula starting to snatch back some of the momentum that they lost early on. Again, their bench has not been quiet for the entirety of the first half. They've had a lot of energy. They've been, you know, playing on the front foot, and they're clearly here on a mission to win this ball game. I mean, not like anyone wouldn't be, but you know, they're trying to impose their will, and they're trying to be louder than the Hurricane fans here in the Taylor Arena.
I mean, when you're on the road, you have to be loud. I mean, that's one thing you wanted to. You got to be louder than a home crowd, and that's. I mean, you're bringing 22 guys, you're gonna be loud.
They're making themselves at home here today, and that's, you know, I think that's part of the modus operandi of Chris Moore, the head coach, and their coaching staff. Again, they came out in full force. They've got folks here that have traveled down from Newport News to see this game. And again, you know, they're you know, trying to make some noise here in Division III in the NJCAA.
So I guess they're not going to reset the clock back to a little over 1 minute with the officials not saying it. The scores table's not going to say nothing either. We got 50 seconds.
That one right there was drawn up on the training ground, the alley-oop to Gatlin, but to no avail. But again, really important here for the Hurricanes. They could turn this into a 2-for-1 if they hurry up.
Here's Bagwell pacing the sideline. Isaiah Smith trying to draw the foul. Couldn't get a bucket either. Coming down with it is Gatlin. Corner 3, no.
Shot clock's off. Hurricanes don't have to rush.
The alley-oop. Nehemiah McDonald. Will head to the line to shoot 2.
Again, they're taking advantage of a matchup that they liked here, and they got Reed for the foul. I thought maybe Louisburg would slow things down and maybe go for a final shot. Now that option's going to belong to Peninsula.
We're tied with 20 seconds left.
Harris just came back into the ball game, and
Smith will exit.
yes, sir. And you know, again, we see the rotation here. I think it's a matchup thing for Brian Bagwell to bring Harris into the ball game in this final 20 seconds.
Inside of 10 seconds. Supervetta, shots contested, chasing it down, putting it up as he's falling out of bounds, and the Hurricanes will have the lead going into halftime, 37-36. We're going to step away and get a quick word from our sponsors. You guys are just tuning in. The first half, first 10 minutes belong to the Gators. The final 10 minutes belong to the Hurricanes. Peter Norris, Craig Greenhill will return with second half coverage. Welcome back. 2 minutes to go until we start the second half. PD North's Craig Green here. First half was tale of two halves.
Agreed. I think the first part of it belonged to Virginia Peninsula, and then you saw the Hurricanes start to fight back, and they were able to grab the lead. And really, honestly, it was almost a tale of three halves in a way, because you saw Peninsula start to impose their will again, because they went on a big, long lull where they could not put the ball in the basket. They were turning it over repeatedly. And what they were able to do is go back to some of their key players that they had, which were guys like Taylor, also Sepulveda and Gila, and honestly it's been a little bit of a committee by them as well. Watlington was able to get a couple baskets, and I think Peninsula here is really just doing it by any means necessary. Meanwhile, the Hurricanes, PD, it's really been the Donovan Majette show in the first half.
Yes, Majette leads the way for the Hurricanes with 12 points in the first half. It's interesting fact that Nehemiah McDonald has not scored a field goal yet. He's made all of his points on the free throw line for the Hurricanes. We have Isaiah Smith with 8 points. Robbie Knotts Jr. with 2, giving his dad a shout out, tuning in on the live stream. Also, Torrey Brown with 5 points for the Hurricanes. James Harris with 3, and Lavelle with 2. Lavelle stepped in and made those 2 free throws there for the Hurricanes on the exit of Smith as he got hit going up on the layup. 37-36, 1-point game here. And here come the Gators to the court. They'll start with Majette, Taylor, along with Cyrus, Emmanuel, and rounding out Jacoby Reed.
Got another score update for you, PD. Pitt Community College today taking on Hartford Community College, and looks like Hartford, the Fighting Owls, are going to get the win, 89-66 over Pitt this afternoon.
For the Hurricanes, I'll start with Robbie Knox, followed by Donovan Majette, Nehemiah McDonald, and the Hurricanes turn it over, and he steps on the sideline, and it's another turnover with 5 seconds off the clock. Then they'll have Isaiah Smith rounding out the 5 will be Jade Braswell.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that starting on the good foot for Chris Moore's team. Coming out here 5 seconds in, you turn the basketball over.
Braswell goes to McDonald. Drive and picks up his dribble. 11 on the shot clock. Straight to the cup. Braswell with his first bucket of the second half, and the Hurricanes lead by 3.
Braswell, really good move to get around Reed that time.
Supervetta hands it off. And a turnover. Outlet pass ahead. Braswell fakes the shot and goes up for his 4th point of the half.
Beautiful pass by Majette as well. Then Braswell, really patient, able to get the big man in the air, pump fake him, and score.
Backdoor cut. And they'll move the ball out. Taylor back to Emmanuel. And Emmanuel with his first bucket.
3rd or 4th time this game, PD, where we've seen the Hurricanes fall asleep under the basket. Anguilla, the benefactor.
I got a shot clock. Need to reset it to 25. Louisburg Hurricanes at Nassau Community College still lead 10-7. This is the best time of year with sports. Still got football, basketball starting off, and Isaiah Smith's shots coming up short. The Jet was stripped from behind, and a Euro step ahead.
I think we're coming up on that sports equinox, is that right?
Correct. Supervetta, 14-footer, nothing but nylon.
Tell you what, Jaden Sepulveda, 5'9", 165 pounds, is out here playing like a giant today.
He's got 9 points. So far, 9 of the team's 40, down by 1. Robbie Knox for 3, and you can count it.
Knotts knocks it down from the corner, wide open. Gators forgot all about it.
Knox with 5 points. Can the freshman get it finished with double digits? three, trying to answer back, volleying with it, coming out with it.
Majette very passionate, talking to Matt Wolf about the non-call there, said he hit him in his arm, and I think he used a little bit of colorful language on a Saturday that wouldn't fly on a Sunday, and Matt Wolf just said, play on.
44-42. Knox. Now low to Majette. Back out. 11 on the shot clock. Braswell. Going to right side. Elbow shot. Good for the southpaw.
You can tell the Gators are really putting a heavy emphasis to not let McDonald beat them, because that time you saw Taylor just let Braswell go inside, take his mid-range shot. He did everything he could to make sure the ball didn't get to the hands of Nehemiah McDonald.
Braswell with 8 points, 6 in the second half, and Taylor slams it home for his 10th point.
And McDonald, lucky he wasn't called for a foul that time. He didn't get caught holding the jersey of Taylor to try to prevent Taylor from doing exactly what he just did.
Isaiah Smith nails a three.
Beautiful stroke that time as he got it over Anguilla.
Five-point game. Just on the way here in the second half. 3 minutes. Supervetta go to his corner. Southpaw baseline and wave it off. 49-44. 16 and a quarter left.
Reed stepped on the out of bounds line over there. His left foot touched it as he was making his move towards the baseline. Now we see that full court press again by the Gators, Petey. They're trying to make things difficult on Louisburg here in this opening part of the opening part of the second half.
Smith driving, 15-footer. And McDonald wanted it. Ahead to Emmanuel. His pass is back in play to the Hurricanes. Knox fouled, and he'll shoot as Jacoby Reed picks up his first foul the second half.
You know what, though? If you're Chris Moore, you'll take that, because you had Reed down there all by himself. He was going against Knotts, Brown, and also McDonald, and nobody got a basket off. Nobody got a shot off.
Reed with 3 fouls in the first half, so that'd be 4 tonight. Down by 5, 15-59 left. If you're just tuning in, make sure you scan the QR code in the upper right corner to help support the Hurricanes athletics. If you want to continue to get this stream free all season, you can support the athletics here at Louisburg College. Petey Dorst and Craig Green here in Lewisburg. Like you said, it's a lot of sports happening here at Lewisburg.
There is, Petey, you are correct. We can, while you brought it up, I'm glad you brought it up, give a shout out to the Hurricane women's volleyball team as they swept Lador in their Region 10 opener. They beat them 3-0 back a few days ago right here at the Taylor Arena. Then also, you know, the men's cross country team winning the NJCAA Regional Championship this past week. They did that all the way down in Shelby, North Carolina. And then also the men's soccer team went out there and claimed the Region 10 championship, defeating Wake Tech, beating the Eagles by a score of 4-1. So congratulations to Hurricanes in all athletics.
As Robbie Knox and the Hurricanes come to the court. Knox looking for points. 6 and 7, correction. Southpaw makes the first. 4th point of the second half for Knox. Making both free throws. Correction, he missed the second. Supervetta trying to draw the foul, and Nehemiah McDonald says, you lose the ball, buddy. Come down here play defense now.
Sepulveda started to backpedal. He had McDonald in front of him. McDonald got big. Sepulveda lost his step and fell over the basketball.
Hurricanes on a 13-8 run here to the first 4.5 minutes of the second half.
Once again, Taylor out there on McDonald, 25 feet away from the basket. And now this time an illegal screen called on McDonald. He moved. Goes to show you what kind of firepower the Hurricanes have today. It's been an impressive showing by everybody on the team. Just like you said, PD, McDonald has not scored a basket at all, yet they're still up by 6.
They'll send Cyrus to the line to shoot 2. Cyrus just 2 points in the first half. A lot of defense so far for the sophomore, 6'3", out of Newport News, Virginia. This is the first, down by 6. We'll see how far the bench goes deep for the Gators here in the second half. Goes 50% on that trip.
Here they go with that full court press again. Sepulveda all in the back pocket of Braswell.
Sepulveda come out with it. Ahead of the pack and lays it up. Just like that. That's his first bucket of the second half. 8 to 9, another turnover. Stepping into the passing lane was Robbie Knox, Jr.
You see one of the coaches over there on the sideline holding up a sign that says, "Welcome to the swamp." They are really trying to make their way. They're really trying to make themselves feel at home here. About 3 and some hours away from Newport News.
(50-47). Hurricanes led by as many as 6.
First 5 minutes of this second half is a stalemate, in my opinion. Been a little bit of Louisburg, been a little bit of Peninsula. I mean, Hurricanes holding a 3-point lead right now, but not playing well enough to kind of keep the Gators further away than just one possession.
Exactly. Sepulveda drive it. Draws the foul, the bucket doesn't fall.
Slap on the hand that time. It was Braswell who got the foul on Sepulveda. But this has been a tight ball game all the way around, and really, Pete, it's been a very enjoyable ball game. It has opening day feel. It actually has somewhat of a playoff feel to it too. I mean, every possession matters. Each team is really slowing things down. I mean, we've seen a lot of energy. We've seen some clutch baskets. And of course these are young athletes out here, so we've even seen some mistakes as well. But you can kind of see the chemistry growing on both sides, especially with the Hurricanes. They're trying to get these rotations right. And today so far, good job by Coach Bagwell and his team. I mean, they're up by 2, and again, their best player, McDonald, still hasn't really registered many points.
Sepulveda in double figures today, and they'll wipe the second away. He stands at 10. Shout out to Robert Knox for the donation. Thanks for the support for the Hurricanes athletic department. The son takes it to the cup, and he is fouled.
Looked like Taylor blocked the shot out of bounds, and the Gators were lobbying for a turnover that time to no avail. Matt Wolf had the call on the baseline.
Back out to Knox. Hands it off to Braswell. Inside, Isaiah Smith was right there, but the pass was stolen. White jerseys come out with it.
Tried to thread the needle, but there was nothing but purple under the basket.
Isaiah Smith behind the back, goes up. And we have a block and foul. And Isaiah Smith will head to the line as Cameron Taylor picks up the foul.
Not a bad strategy either. If you want to attack Taylor, get him out of the middle of that paint. You know, that's a foul on him. But now you're starting to see they're going to try to replace and bring in some more size. Here comes 6'5" Kyle Jackson to the table. And I think he's going to replace Taylor here.
Isaiah Smith makes his first. He's got 4 points tonight out of Roxborough, North Carolina. Southeastern Prep.
Bevier's back in as well. Cyrus is going to sit down for the Gators. They're rotating, and I think they're trying to take advantage of size right now with McDonald on the bench.
Lincoln both extends the lead to 4. No one moving off the ball. It results into a turnover. Trailing, left for 3, nothing but 9 line for Lavelle.
Awesome shot that time by Lavelle out of Maplewood, New Jersey.
Lavelle with 5 points. 5-point lead. (55-50). Isaiah Smith inside. Spins, draws the foul, and he'll shoot one more.
Isaiah Smith has been growing into this game little by little.
7 points here in the second half.
Yeah, remember earlier on, he struggled a little bit out of the gates, but we've starting to see Smith getting more comfortable here as the minutes have gone on.
Seven-point lead for the Hurricanes. Looking to make it 8. This would be our biggest lead for the Hurricanes, and we are at 8. And 8 points for Isaiah Smith.
Got to ask yourself, if you're Virginia Peninsula, where the point's going to come from. Is it going to be Watlington? You know, is it going to be Kyle Jackson? Who's going to be the person to get points for them? Isaiah Thomas?
Torrey Brown with the foul. Too much defense for Isaiah Thomas.
Looks like right now Louisburg wanted to play a man-to-man.
Crossing the 7-minute mark here in the second half.
Now they're off to a zone defense now.
Shot was nearly blocked by McDonald. He comes out with a loose ball rebound.
Great defense by McDonald.
McDonald driving, throws up the shot to draw the foul. He'll shoot 2. Nice look by Torrey Brown to find McDonald. McDonald put it right on the floor and draws the foul.
You mentioned it a little bit earlier. McDonald not really having his best offensive showing today, but he's doing a lot of the little things. He's knocking down free throws. He's playing good defense. He's setting up his teammates to make baskets.
His first miss here in the second half. Kyle Jackson exits for the Gators. McDonald makes, and he'll head to the bench as Cameron Barnes out of good, better, best prep into the game.
They went back to the man-to-man defense that time, and Smith couldn't keep up with the ball handler.
Let him go straight up.
I think he was trying to avoid committing a foul.
It's Wallington's third point of the half. Taylor puts it on the floor. 7-point deficit. .52 left. Brown drives, shots blocked by Jordan Wavington. We got a timeout. We're going to take it with him. 59-52. The Louisburg Hurricanes lead Virginia Peninsula Community College.
Lucy.
7-point lead for the Hurricanes against Virginia Peninsula. PD Norris, Craig Green here. Next game is Wednesday at home, 6:30 against Patrick Henry. We'll have it right here on Louisburg Sports Network, presented by High Level Media. Hurricanes with the ball with 13 on the shot clock. Isaiah Smith spins, driving, loses it, finds Cameron Barnes for three, and it's ice! Just like that, Cameron Barnes. Welcome to the big league, young fella.
Good ball movement that time, and Cam Barnes from the Bull City. That shot was not only good, it was better. It could have been his best.
Threes contested by Barnes as Gatlin coming up short. 10-point lead for the good, better, best product, Cameron Barnes.
Yeah, they could have been 12. They had a wide open, I think it was Barnes going, and actually no correction, it was LaVale wide open going to the basket, pass just a little too high.
Supervetta trying to come off Brooks, throws the elbow and makes the runner. Supervetta.
Brown tried to sell it. Referees didn't give him the call.
With 5 points here in the second half. 12 in the game.
Shot clock malfunction. They had to put it back to around 25 now for the Hurricanes. But this is danger time now if you're Peninsula, because you were just down by 10 here, with about half of this second half remaining. And you haven't shown much fight offensively here in the last couple minutes. It's been all Louisburg.
A lot of movement for the Hurricanes off the ball, but the passes aren't there yet. Waiting for the open man. Majette for three, the hot hand in the first half. Has not found a bucket here in the second, still leads away with 12. Supervetta's cross-court pass was intercepted by Majette. He loses it right out of bounds.
Good defense by Majette. I mean, it's not a turnover, but what it does is allows the Hurricanes to set up their defense.
Slows down the offense.
Yes, sir. Now they got McDonald coming back to the scorer's table, as well as Braswell.
Supervetta drives up and under, left-handed layup, right in the face of Majette for two.
Here goes that full court press again after two straight baskets by Peninsula. They cut that 10-point lead down to 6.
Super Meta with 14 leads all scorers. Smith straight to the cup, and Isaiah Smith with 10 here in the second half. We got a timeout. 8-point lead, 64-56. Thank you, Lyndon Knox, for the generous support of the Louisburg College athletics. We support you. With 9:53 left, Coach Bagwell's.
Okay, he called the timeout to talk about this next defensive possession for the Hurricanes. But that basket we just saw by Smith, it was very athletic play by Isaiah Smith. He took it right down the teeth of the Gators defense, right into their den, and switched hands, put it up with the left hand, and was able to finish. And again, extending that lead to 8. But we saw the Gators trail by 10 here in this second half. And right now, you know, they're going to take advantage of the timeout called by Brian Bagwell to try to draw up something offensively for themselves here. They've got the chalkboard out. They're looking at what they could possibly do. But I think for Peninsula, it was a lot of committee early on in this game, PD. But I think now is the time, if you're Virginia Peninsula, to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers and let them do what they do.
You know, Super Meta leading away with 14 of either team. I mean, you got Isaiah Smith right behind him with 10 points here in the second, but Super Meta controlling the offense for the Gators. The ball has to run through his hands. And, you know, I like what Coach Bagwell and the Hurricanes done. They took Cameron Taylor out of this game in the second half. Super Meta looking for some help. Guarded tightly by Braswell. Spins on Braswell. Post up for 17, and it's good.
That fadeaway is tough to defend, even for a guy who's 5'9", like Sepulveda is. He's able to get that fadeaway over the top of defenders. And the Gators bench wants a carry, but they're not going to get it.
Cameron Barnes loses his dribble. Back out to Majette for 3. Quiets the bench of the Gators with that 3. And that's 15 for the young man.
Said it once, I'll say it again, PD. They do not respect the perimeter jump shot of Donovan Majette. If they did, they would step out there and defend it.
67-58. 8:56 left.
Got some substitutions on the Peninsula side here as they try to match up with Louisburg.
Cameron Barnes gets a turnover. 9-point lead for the Hurricanes.
Tried to feed Reed down there, but good defense by the Hurricanes, and they're going to steal a possession. Now McDonald's back in the game, PD, again. Not done a whole lot offensively, but don't let him get hot if you're Peninsula. If he gets hot, then this lead's going to get extended even further.
We can see this. If he gets hot, we can see the lead bloom to 20. But Smith is trying to put a man on the poster board. He's so frustrated right now. But he'll shoot 2.
Smith has been heating up in this second half. And he's playing with a lot more confidence. You can see it in the way he steps, the way he's driving hard to the basket, and now knocking down his free throws. Remember, early on, it was an adventure down on this side of the floor, on the opposite side of the floor for Isaiah Smith. But right now, he seems settled in, and he is playing well.
This is his 4th free throw of the second half. Extends the lead to 10. Wednesday night will tip off at 6:30, pregame at 6:10. Right here, PD Norris, Craig Green.
We'll still have Halloween candy left as well.
Have to go to the dentist on Friday, get cleaned up with those cavities. Super Veta will as Coach Bagwell takes Isaiah Smith out and subs him in for James Harris.
Torrey Brown back in the game too for the Hurricanes. So
6'2" out of Cleveland High School in Clayton, North Carolina.
you can see that Coach Bagwell's playing about 9 different players today. He's had everybody in there getting their hands in on the action.
Cyrus's three was good, and he'll look for his 4th point. And that's Majette. You can tell right there, Craig, that's a freshman mistake. You don't want to foul a 3-point shooter. If you do, hopefully it's a good one.
This is, I think, our 4th season working together, Petey. I think we've said it every year. Cardinal sins of basketball. You don't foul the 3-point shooter is one of them. And that time, Barnes got a little too close and was stepping on those toes and turned a 3-pointer into a 4-point play.
That's a second 3 for Chris Cyrus of the second half out of Hampton Christian Academy. Six-point game with 8:30 left. I want to thank everybody for tuning in on Louisburg Hurricane Sports Network. Petey Doors, Craig Green, here to bring you coverage all season of Hurricanes athletics. Wednesday we'll be back on air as Patrick Henry Community College travels down here from Martinsville, Virginia to match up with the Louisburg Hurricanes. Full court press, presses the ball, and I tell you, Torrey Brown just about lost it. They better get the ball across, and we got a 10-second count right there. The whistle took the words out of my mouth.
They've been working at that the entire game. That full court press finally came to fruition, and it turned into a turnover. 10 seconds. Can't let that happen. You've got to screen some of these defenders trying to press you and trap you.
Especially with Torrey Brown getting trapped off right when he got the ball in play, right on the baseline, and he loses it. That's 2 seconds right there. Waddington coming into play. Down by 6. VPCC with the ball. Popping out for 3. It's a southpaw 3, and it's nothing but nylon for Jacoby Reed.
And that was set up by a little chip screen by Watlington, who freed up the shooter.
2 straight threes, and we're tied at 68. And Coach Bagwell calls a timeout. You can hear the bench of Virginia Peninsula, Supavetta and Jacoby Reed. 6-0 run. We're tied at 68 with 7:55 left. Craig, buckle up. The next 7.5 minutes is going to be electrifying here.
You got it right. I mean, a 10-point lead has been completely erased, and we are level once again at 68. And again, you know, this thing here, again, we've talked about the playoff atmosphere, the playoff feel. Again, the intensity in this gym today, Petey, you could, as Gorilla Monsoon would say when I was a kid, you could cut it with a knife in here, the electricity in this building. Again, you got Hurricanes fans and Peninsula fans. I mean, you know, this is the Taylor Arena. This is the Hurricanes. This is the Hurricanes' lair. But I'll tell you what, Peninsula has brought some fans with them from Newport News here today, and they're not trying to leave without a victory. It's going to take everything that the Hurricanes have here to pull this game out. Again, Nehemiah McDonald not playing his best, but he is doing a lot of the little things. We're seeing Majette step up. We're seeing Isaiah Smith have a nice ball game as well. Torrey Brown's had some moments. Knotts has had some moments. But, you know, now it's the time here, the final 8 minutes of this game. Now it's the time for you to buckle down, lock in, and finish this thing out.
I tell you, Chris Cyrus with 3 threes here in the second half. And Majette with 19 points, game high for the 5'9" freshman. As the Hurricanes face a full-court press, they'll get into to Robbie Knox. He needs to worry about getting the ball up the court. Brown to Smith.
Bagwell clearly drew something up here. They passed up an open three. They've got a play that they want to run.
Smith driving, drops it off to Robbie Knox Jr., and he uses the window and goes up. And Robbie Knox with 6 points here in the second half. The Hurricanes lead by 2.
Little kick and feed that time from Smith to Knotts, and it gets the Hurricanes the lead right back.
Jacoby Reed. Finds Emmanuel on the back door, and Emmanuel ties it at 70.
And Gila that time he beat Knotts to the baseline. Again, that backdoor cut has been a problem for the Hurricane defense.
And Jordan Waddington with a foul. But I tell you, the Hurricanes aren't forcing any defense on the inbound ball, just like the Gators. The Gators are pressured every inbound. The Hurricanes have not yet once. And we're tied at 70 with 7:07 left.
You know, the kind of energy and the kind of athleticism that Peninsula plays with, you know, they're going to be a problem for a lot of teams coming up this season. Win or lose today, they've had an impressive showing this afternoon.
Smith, elbow shot, rattles home.
And speaking of impressive, Isaiah Smith has been heating up, and dare I say he is about to be on fire this second half. He's been the man for the Louisburg Hurricanes in this final 20 minutes.
13 of their team's 35 here in the second half. Nearly has a block. Supervetta from the corner. Off the iron. Robbie Knox ahead. Alley-oop. No. And Isaiah Smith tried to put a man on the poster board for the second time tonight. Couldn't throw it home.
Tell you what, Smith cocked the hammer back, and I tell you what, the lights would have went out here at the Taylor Arena if he had brought that thing into the basket. That wouldn't have drained the swamp whatsoever, but it would have really been an emphatic basket.
72-70 with the ball, down by 2. VPCC. Jacoby Reed signaling Taylor to go on the opposite side. Stops from 16, no. Flat-footed rebound for McDonald. Braswell sprints in the front court.
No need to be in
6 minutes.
No need to be in a hurry here if you're the Hurricanes.
Make the right choice, the right shot.
Yes, sir.
The Jet looking back door, but the defender, Supervetta, stepped right there. Volley coming out with it. VPCC with numbers, lays it up with ease is Waddington. We're tied at 72.
2 Hurricanes in the same spot there caused that turnover. Now they're full court pressing once again. It's 3-on-2. Hurricanes need some help here to get across the midcourt stripe.
Knox finds Majet. 3, yes! Majet quiets the bench of the Gators. Majet with the second 3. And that's 18 on the game.
He has made them pay all game long. They will not guard Majet on the perimeter.
Answering back is Chris Cyrus.
The sophomore out of Newport News heating up. He's out there on that wing. That's where he likes to play, and he's been knocking down threes right there from that elbow.
It's his third 3. Smith forces up the shot, looking to draw the foul. Wasn't the best choice of shots when you're tied at 75.
Smith playing with a lot of confidence, but that shot right there, as you said, not the best shot selection he could have made.
Supervetta slows it up. Trying to rock Braswell to sleep. Takes it to the cup. Too short. McDonald looking ahead. Knox loses the ball, but it stays right with the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes had numbers coming down the court, but I tell you what, the length that time of Cameron Taylor underneath really kind of upset the apple cart of the Hurricanes trying to score a bucket.
Yeah, because Nehemiah McDonald saw Robbie Knox up there for a minute, wanted to pass the ball to him, couldn't get out of his hands. The Hurricanes with 27 on the shot clock. Knox, they hit the backboard, and it's a turnover. You can see Coach Bagwell just looking at the bench as freshman from Durham turns it over, and he'll have a seat. As Torrey Brown into the game.
This has been an exciting ball game. Let me tell you, we could have asked for a better opening day game here.
Supervetta hands it off to Wallington. Ten on the shot clock. And stepping right into passing lane. Here come the Hurricanes. And it's stolen by Cameron Taylor. Manuel looking to the corner. Supervetta all alone, and he makes it pay.
Cannot leave him wide open. He's been sitting in that corner waiting for his opportunity, and Sepulveda, again, makes it pay dividends for Virginia Peninsula.
Supervetta with 22 leads the way. And right behind him is Donovan Majette. The Hurricanes turn it over. Supervetta won it in again. McDonald. And a one-handed slam.
Great defense by the Hurricanes, and there's Nehemiah McDonald's first basket.
We got a correction on the shot on the clock. It should be 77 to 78. Now they got it. The clock's still running.
Looks like they're going to stop play and get everything fixed. But McDonald able to sky and elevate, get well above the rim to throw that down. I know that felt good for Nehemiah McDonald. Again, he's one of their returning players from last year, Pete. He nearly had a double-double last year for the Hurricanes. He averaged 13 points, 9 rebounds, and almost 2 steals a game last year for Louisburg. And now we've got teams being separated here. Matt Wolf right in the middle of the scrum between both Hurricanes and Gators. And they're trying to get things sorted out and figure out where the clock should be, what the score should be. But here in the last 3:05, PD, this game for the Hurricanes, it hangs in the balance. They're going to have to play very clean here. You cannot have any turnovers whatsoever. You're going to have to also be mindful of those full court presses that the Gators like to employ. And also, don't get too caught up holding the ball too long here. Ball movement is going to be paramount. Get it into the hands of your playmakers. Again, right now, second half for Peninsula, feels like it's been Sepulveda who's been the hot hand, and Chris Cyrus as well. So you've got to do a good job defending on the perimeter. And I'll tell you what, again, if you're Louisburg, if they're not going to defend against Donovan Majette out there on the three-point line, just give it to him. He's been knocking them down all game long.
You got to give it to him. And then, we got Nehemiah McDonald with only one field goal in this entire, 37 minutes of play. All his points come for the charity stripe. That's one person that the Gators do not want to foul is Nehemiah McDonald. But you guarantee he's going to be anywhere on the court to try to draw the foul. But we got a final in Region 10, Southwest Virginia defeats Johnson Community College 104-85 on the road. Big statement win right there for Southwest Virginia.
And also Daytona State College gets the win. Or actually, though, they're walking all over USC Salkehatchie right now. 109-72, 2 minutes to go in that ball game as well.
Here in Louisburgers, 3:05 left, 1-point game. Gators with the ball. See the defense in the three in the corner. And volley, they're coming out with it, Majette. Majette double teamed and turns it over.
Now, there's a foul called here.
There's no foul.
The referee pointed at himself, said, "My bad."
It is. Should be Gators ball. It's an inadvertent whistle. Hey, sometimes officials blow and, with the whistle in your mouth. I mean, it's a game like this, you got yelling come from every direction. So the Gators ball up by 1 on the road with 2:50 left. Supervetic gets it in play to Wallington. Nehemiah McDonough gets pulled out on defense. 10 on the shot clock, driving, switches hands, doesn't connect, but had a nice look. The Jet picks up his dribble.
Wallington broke his glasses.
Get the ball across the timeline.
Might have to take advantage of that.
78-77 with 2:18 left. Smith up and under, switches hands. Great defense by the Gators, but Smith was able to get off with 2. Got a 1-point lead Hurricanes way.
Smith loves that left hand from that left side. He's been finishing that way all second half long. And again, you got Wallington out there without his glasses on here. We'll wonder what that's going to affect him at all on offense or defense.
Supervetta. Robbie Knox with Supervetta. Blocked by Knox.
Peninsula gets a break there. It's going to be their ball with 8 on the shot clock. Looking like the ball went off the hands of off the hands of Sepulveda, but it will be their ball. It's the final 2 minutes, PD. It's a 1-point ball game. Doesn't get any tighter than this.
No, sir. Pop it out. Cyrus. No. Knox. Trying to get the rebound and is right on the baseline. And stays right with VPCC.
Sepulveda just basically out-hustled Knox to the spot and boxed him out and forced that ball to go out of bounds off of him.
Coach Moore calls a timeout. We're going to take it with him. Support the Hurricanes. Scan here or text Roll Canes to 44321 to give today. Help us keep the stream free for Hurricanes fans. Thank you for supporting Louisburg College Athletics. Welcome back to Louisburg College. PD Norris, Craig Green here. What a game we have in Louisburg for the season tip-off as the Hurricanes and the Gators for Virginia Peninsula. 1:43 left, 1-point game. Gators with the ball. Coach Moore calls a timeout. Craig, what was Coach Moore telling them during the timeout?
Stay down, don't do too much here. On this possession, make sure you rotate the basketball. Pay attention to the shot clock. You only have 20 instead of 30. And again, you've got some of your hotter hands in the game. Watlington, Taylor, Sepulveda, all in the ball game, as well as Cyrus, who's knocked down, I think, 3 or 4 triples here in this second half, as well as Jacoby Reed, a very athletic guy. So right now, I think what Chris Moore is telling them, again, just play mistake-free, clean basketball, set screens, move off the ball.
Correct. Definitely need to move off the ball. Watch your screen. You do not want to foul, and that turns the ball over on a screen.
So I think they're trying to figure out the timeout situation here, and not sure. Actually, our referee Matthew Wetz asked us. We do not have it here on our side. They're going to check with the scores table to double check. But, clean basketball is the name of the game here. You also don't have to be a hero as well on this side. You've got 1:43. You can't win or lose the game right here, right now. The same thing goes for Louisburg and Brian Bagwell as well. You know, I'm sure he's told his team here, as clean defense as you possibly can. You know, you may see more man-to-man here. I doubt you're going to see very little. I think you're going to see very little of that matchup zone you saw. But that backdoor play has been there for Virginia Peninsula all afternoon long. Very possible Chris Moore could go to that.
And usually it's Randy Emanuel. Emanuel's not in the game. But
Reed panicked and he threw it right into the hands of Braswell, and very lucky Braswell couldn't corral it. He saw the referee counting up to 4 and he had to get it in bounds, otherwise risk a turnover.
Need to move off the ball. Super Meadow comes to it with 17 on the shot clock. Camping out and was able to get off Cameron Taylor for 2.
They just drew the defender in. What happened was they drew Majette away from underneath the basket, and it was an easy layup. If he stayed right where he was, it would have been a lot harder on the Gators.
Smith driving. No, and it doesn't fall. Had a nice little kiss off the window, a little too flat. 1:11 left. Super Veta stands at the logo. Got 19 on the shot clock. Guarded tightly by Braswell. Braswell steps on the pass, and Super Veta. And it was the help side that Nehemiah McDonough come out and picked him up. Up by 1 on the road with 54.8.
And now Cameron Taylor going to the line for 2 free throws here. Actually, I believe it's 1 and 1 here is what they're going for. It is a 1 and 1.
Cameron Taylor was the man in the first half, but the second half he's been out there but not been a contributing factor. But hey, we got to take any contribution in this 40-minute basketball game here.
One thing you'd like to contribute here is points on the board. You missed this one, it's a live basketball.
He had 8 points in the first half. He's got the KD shoes, the purple, squats, releases, and it doesn't fall.
Wow.
Bobby Knox loses the rebound.
Surprised no call that time on Watlington. Watlington came flying in. Knox had the rebound, and Watlington bumped him off the ball. No call. So now they're checking with the scores table again to see what's what. Was that supposed to be a 1 and 1 or 2 free throws? So 29 on the shot clock for Peninsula. It's going to be their basketball. You're still not in too much of a danger right now if you're Louisburg, but you cannot give up a 3 ball.
15 on the shot clock.
Yep.
Because they didn't get that. Lewisburg didn't get control of the free throw.
Okay, maybe the 29 I heard might have been a play call or something, because I thought I heard him say 29.
49.2 on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. VPCC with the ball. That'll be Chris Cyrus, the sophomore out of Newport News with the ball. Could he be a hometown hero tonight?
Hurricanes have their say about it here. They'll force a turnover on this inbounds, but you see them lined up man-to-man. You got Majette this time lined up against Cam Taylor.
I tell you, Braswell nearly had it pass. Knox, great defense. 5 on the shot clock, 4. He's got to put up the shot. He does. Knox. Only 2 seconds separating shot clock. McDonald off his knee, and it's Virginia Peninsula's ball.
Now you got a foul if you're Louisburg.
Foul or just push defense.
Yeah, the 27.8, you got a foul. But McDonald had the look, Petey. He was coming down the lane like a freight train and just a little too fast, a little bit too out of control, and turned it over. You know that's got to be just eating McDonald alive. He had his moment right there to put the Hurricanes in front.
Knox steps up. McDonald with a foul.
Smart. Only took about
10th of a second off.
Yeah.
Wallington. Correction, Chris Cyrus will head to the line to shoot. Up by 1.
Should be. It is a 1-1 here, according to our official Mike Douglas. You see the Hurricanes trying to match up here. They've got Majette, they've got McDonald down low to box out. They do have the size advantage on the court right now as well, especially underneath here on this rebound. They got to just hope that Cyrus misses.
They got what they wanted. 22 ticks left.
This could be the final shot of the game if the Hurricanes want it.
Smith with the ball, the man you want to have the ball. Euro step, finds Majette, and Majette with the reverse layup. Hurricanes with a 1-point lead, 81-80 with 9 ticks to go.
What a move that
play they wanted. They got the play they wanted.
They did. They didn't use all the time either, but that's the downside of this is now Peninsula has a chance to respond here in the final 9 seconds. So if you're Louisburg, just back off of the ball. No need to press the inbounds. Get back, set up your defense, and play tight coverage. You cannot allow yourself to get too physical with anybody driving the basket. I think it's going to take really good positioning for Louisburg here to cut off the bait, to cut off the lanes to the bucket, make Peninsula take a jump shot to beat you.
It's 10 seconds on the clock. They'll reset it. They'll put 1 more second on the clock.
But good work that time by Majette and by Smith to get the ball inside. Smith found Majette inside and put it in, and again, Majette has been one of the stars of this ball game for the Louisburg Hurricanes. Again, the freshman wing player out of East Wake High School, out of the capital city of Raleigh.
One thing you don't want to do right now, Craig, and we all know, you do not want to foul a 3.
Absolutely. I don't know if they're going to even go for a 3 here unless it's a wide open shot. But again, to your point, you got to stay away from those 3-point shooters. And now they've got the clock fixed. It's 10.3 to go in this game. And Peninsula's going to have to go the length of the floor, all 94 feet, to come down here and try to win this ball game. So if you are Louisburg, again, cannot let them get to the basket. Make them take a jump shot to beat you. Clock was running before the ball was even inbounded. They're going to have to fix that. They lost about
5 seconds.
6 seconds off the clock, yeah. So they're going to try to inbound this thing again, Petey. And it looks like no one is pressuring the ball.
'81 to 80, 10.3. Hurricanes with the lead. VPCC with the ball going the length of the court. They'll come into play. Will they stop? The defense
Turn it over.
The Hurricanes are going to survive. Isaiah Smith will dribbling it out. And the Hurricanes escape 81 to 80 over the VPCC Gators.
What a game, Petey. What a finish. Jacoby Reed is sick to his stomach after turning the basketball over. The Gators had the look they wanted. They couldn't execute in the final moment, and Louisburg Hurricanes 1-0. That's the mission. Mission accomplished.
It wasn't the best. It doesn't matter. You get a win, you get a win. I mean, 1 point, 20 points, it all goes down in the books the same way. Coach Bagwell not liking, just looking at his vision coming off of the court, not liking what he says, just glad he was able to get out with the win.
It's a life of a basketball coach, Theo. You know, wins, you always have to be good enough on game day. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be complete. It has to just be good enough. Today, the Hurricanes were good enough. All you need is one more point than the opponent, and Louisburg College today achieved that result. The game-winning bucket in the hands of Donovan Majette.
And, you know, you said it perfect. Majette with 2 threes in the second half. but he was the man of the first half. He ended up with 2 points there in the closing seconds. But I tell you, I believe what happened, Craig, was honestly the drive by Isaiah Smith that left the defense collapsed in on him, and he just dropped it right off, and Majette just went up nice.
But it was textbook by Smith. It's what he's been doing all second half long, driving right down to the teeth of the Gators. He sucked in the defense, and they left the danger man wide open again. I think that's part of the reason why the Hurricanes were able to win this game today. The Gators defense did not respect the game of Donovan Majette whatsoever. They're going to go back and watch this film and see that they left Majette wide open all game long, and he made them pay from minute 1 all the way to minute 40.
All right, your final score is 81-80. Next up for the Louisburg Hurricanes, they'll be back here Wednesday right here on Louisburg Sports Network as they match up against Patrick Henry. They've only got 2 road games in the month of November, so we'll be hot and heavy here to start off the season for the Hurricanes at home. We got Patrick Henry coming up, then we got camp next Saturday at Wake Tech, which will be on the 11th of November on Veterans Day. And then got Catawba Valley, and then Johnson Community College, and then they end November on the road against Forsyth Tech in Southwest Virginia, who today defeated Johnson Community College 104-85.
Southwest Virginia is a team that gave the Hurricanes some fits last year, and again they'll look to do the same thing on November the 25th as they will match up in Southwest Virginia, and we'll see them here later on in the season. But again, congratulations to head coach Brian Bagwell, assistant coaches Ray Hartsfield and David Bagwell, the entire Louisburg Hurricane team, coaches and staff. 1-0 on the season, and it only goes up from here.
Correct. Final score from Louisburg tonight, the Louisburg Hurricanes 81. The Virginia Peninsula Community College Gators 80. For Petey Norris, Craig Green, and all the Louisburg Hurricanes athletics and all the staff here, we say a good night and God bless from Louisburg Hurricanes Network.